I recall in an earlier stint in the Ministry of Agriculture when I was the permanent secretary then, and even right after Hurricane Ivan, I remember when the issue of replanting spices came about, there was this notion that we're not sure if we want to plant back spices. But I'm always reminded by, and I believe it's a deceased farmer now, who said to me, you know, in 1955 when Hurricane Janet passed, all the nutmegs and so on fell down. It destroyed the spice plantation in Grenada. But farmers got up and replanted the spices because they understood the economic importance of spices to Grenada. As a young boy, I remember walking a lot of distances and harvesting nutmegs. And it helped in the life, it's part of the lifeblood of the Grenada economy. And so today I am very, very happy that we can signal the relaunch of the replanting effort for our spices in Grenada. Because spices, I can tell you, has helped and has supported the livelihoods of many, many of us. Many families and livelihoods in Grenada have thrived on spices, and we want to bring back spices.
This event today is an indication of the government's serious attitude towards agriculture. The spice production is one aspect of it, and we have a reason for going in that direction. This will be the first official garden of this project, and we are happy to be doing it in St. David. St. David is the king of spice in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Ever since I was a young man growing up, I know that St. David was famous for its spices. When you talk about clove, St. David. When you talk about cinnamon, St. David. You talk about support, tonka bean, and you name it. Now, this spice project is a project that will not only be concentrated on the usual spices or the common spices. We will be trying to and looking to introduce new spices to Grenada. We have a responsibility to make sure that the Isles of Spice is maintained, come back to Grenada, and we would not give anybody any opportunity to rename the country the Isles of Spice. This garden here will be an indication and a sample, and I hope it will be an attraction at some point in time. Our young students must not leave school without knowing what is a clove tree. We'll be filling up this plot here with different spices, and I know the other schools will be looking forward to this spice garden also, because we will take it to the schools. Your children must not leave school without being able to identify those plants. And you must not drive from Point Saline Airport, come all the way to St. David's before you see a nutmeg tree. When you land in Grenada, you must be seeing the Isles of Spice.
In today's modern era, trees are useful for human life. So planting trees is very important, especially spice trees, as we are well known as the Isle of Spice. This we must maintain. And so today, as we will be witnessing our Minister for Agriculture demonstrating and leading the way in replanting of our spices, we hope that this initiative will invoke a drive in our young boys and girls to plant, nurture, and continue to produce all of our different spices in Grenada.
If we want the project to be sustainable, as students and farmers, it's important that we use the correct planting distance. First, you measure your land and you determine how many plants could fit into the land. Well, St. David is a place where the soil, we have capital clay soil. It's a nice alluvial soil. That is ideal for almost all types of spices. So you don't have to limit yourself in terms of the types of spices that you plant. It's just the quantity, right? So it's important. And also, we are on a slope here on this piece of land. So we have at the bottom, and you may not be able to see, but we brought in some vetiver grass that we're going to plant to establish. So there are a few things you need to take into consideration to ensure that your production system is sustainable, right, as farmers and as students. And I think the whole project would be successful if we follow a few of the guidelines. in looking at how the minister planted the plants, he realized once he put in the soil, at a point in time, he used his boots and he pressed the soil down around the plant. That's to keep the plant steady, and also it's important to avoid water from accumulating in the hole. And then he put more soil and press it. So all these little practice, though simple, they are very important, and these are things we need to take into consideration to ensure that this whole initiative is a success.
It's something that was there to be done a long time ago, and I think it's better now than never. And as it's been done around children who would recognize what is being done, they would be taught how to do what it is to be done, the value, learn how to market it, and actually they might end up being farmers or even like landowners or even something bigger than that in the long run. So I think it's an excellent project, and the end result of it should put us in a good position down the line.
It's a blessing to see this government take the initiative to bring back the spice plants to St. David's and to Grenada. After Ivan, St. David's took a real great loss in spices. We lost millions of dollars in the spice industry, and nothing was done to bring it back. So bringing back the clove to St. David's, we'll see a lot of money start circulating more in the society, and this is very, very good for the community.
It's a remarkable one, especially for St. David's, because all spices originated in St. David's. Every plot you go, every corner you bend, you'll see a spice tree and different species. And I feel happy to see that the Prime Minister and the Ministry of Agriculture take this initiative now as to get back the spice where it was going, because after Ivan there was a lot that should be done and it was never been done. If it was been done, we would have been blooming now. So I feel happy and impressed to see what's going on now.
We are not only the Isles of Spice by joke. We are the Isles of Spice based on the plants that we have in Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. We have been losing over the years that name, and some people are tempted to take it. But we want to stamp our authority and replant spices in Grenada. We want to stamp our authority and make sure that the people understand what spice production means.